And earlier today, President Trump, he visited the grand opening of the new illegal immigrant detention center in Florida. It is dubbed Alligator Alcatraz, alongside DHS Secretary Kristi and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. During his trip, President Trump touted the work of the administration, what they have done to clean up the mess that Biden and Kamala Harris left. Take a look.
It's a great honor to be deep in Florida, the Florida Everglades, to open America's newest migrant detention center. If you care about balancing the budget, the single most impactful step we can take is to fully reverse the Biden migration invasion. I've gotten to know the Border Patrol and ICE very well. Unlike Kamala, she was the border czar, but she never saw the border. She never made one phone call. She was some border czar. She would have been some president.
All right, during the visit, DHS Secretary Kristi also slammed fake news CNN for appearing to promote an app that alerts people to ICE agents in the area. Now CNN is pushing back on the claims that they were promoting the app, instead saying that they were just reporting on the app. Here's what they said yesterday. You get to decide.
I talked with Joshua Aaron, who is the longtime tech worker who developed this platform, and he said he really wants it to be an early warning system for people about the location of Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers. So he says he does not want people interfering with those officers' activity, but he does want people to be able to avoid them altogether. You open the app, it looks like a map, and users can tap the map to report an ICE sighting in their area, and then everybody who uses the platform within 5 miles of that sighting will get a push alert. This is a free iPhone app. It is anonymous. Aaron says he doesn't collect any user data.
Now, this new app comes amid a disturbing surge on assaults against ICE and federal agents that are conducting immigration raids. According to our own Bill Mallusion, between January 21st and June 30th of this year, these assaults were up nearly a whopping 700% over the same time period last year. Department of Homeland Security Secretary, she was with the president today. Kristi Noem is with us. Okay, 700% increase against agents, and you've got groups that are, and I had Pam Bondi on about this last night, they are warning people. Are they not aiding and abetting in the law breaking? Are they not responsible for obstructing justice? And she was very open to looking into the criminality of it, or potential criminality of it.
Yes, absolutely. I believe, in my opinion, that they are, and that's why I'm so thrilled that Pam is willing to be proactive and go after those individuals that would perpetuate this kind of activity against our law enforcement officers. These ICE agents, these law enforcement officers, Border Patrol agents that get up every single day and are working to get these dangerous criminals off of our streets are heroes. They are absolute heroes. And to hear that the amount of violence that's coming up against them, a 700% increase in just the last several months against them and their families, they're not just going after them. They're also doxing their families and threatening their children. And these individuals just love America and believe that the law should apply to everybody. They're doing their jobs that Joe Biden never let them do, and they're protecting their own communities. Remember that many of these law enforcement officers live in these communities. Their children go to those schools. They go to church there. These are their neighbors they're trying to protect. And to have someone like CNN openly describing how to use technology to reveal the activities and the operations that these law enforcement folks are trying to conduct, it's shameful and it could be prosecutable. So I'm glad that Pam is looking into it.
And you said, I'm calling out you, CNN. I'm calling out you because you lie every single day about what these operations are. There's been a lot of lying. You know, Madam Secretary, it's been going on for 4 years. The border's closed. The border's secure. No, it's not. They've allowed in known terrorists, including from Iran. People need to know that. And murderers, rapists, and cartel members, drug dealers, other violent criminals. They've allowed them all in. We don't know the actual number. Somewhere between 12 million, 20 million. How many gotaways? Nobody knows where the terrorists are. How do you find them? It's like finding a needle in a haystack. But you're doing it. Apparently, you have found a lot of people who terror ties in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, we absolutely have. In fact, President Trump, since he's been in office, has removed almost 600 known and suspected terrorists, thousands of violent criminals, individuals that are murderers and rapists and drug traffickers, human traffickers. And I talked today about one of the horrific instances of our individuals, our law enforcement officers, having to put hands on individuals that were even cannibals and removing them from our country. These are deranged individuals that other countries released out of their prisons, out of their mental institutions, and sent them to America to roam on run our streets and perpetuate violence against our citizens. President Trump is just trying to follow through on what he promised the American people, and that's to get the worst of this worst out of this country so that they can raise their children in safety and apply the law equally to everyone, bring justice back to America, secure our border, but also get these dangerous criminals out. And I'm just so proud of him. This facility down in Florida is what I think should be the model for every single state. Go out there and help us partner to provide an opportunity to detain these individuals, to process them under due process, and get them out of our country as fast as possible. These kind of partnerships can happen everywhere. We just need governors and leaders to step up and do their jobs.
The DHS Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, Tricia McLaughlin, said that you have been able to, since you took over in January, it led to the detention of over 250,000 people. You're averaging nearly 50,000 arrests per month. That's a lot of arrests. But yet it's really just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it?
It is, Sean, but what's amazing to me is, so I just got back last week. We went to 4 countries in 3 days. We went to Honduras, Costa Rica, Panama, Guatemala, and all those presidents that I met with the president of every country and their leaders, and they said, we have our people coming home. Because you have shown that there's consequences now for breaking the law and coming into America illegally, our people are coming home and they're self-deporting and you don't even know about it. We're setting up loans for them to buy houses. We're setting up food assistance and getting them training for jobs. We're giving their children scholarships. We want our people to come home because President Trump has clearly said that he wants people in the United States that have come legally, and they're facilitating all of this. They said, you don't even know about the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that have left the United States. And so we're collecting all of that data as to the illegal immigrants that have left on their own so that we know truly the number that, and when they leave on their own, they know they've gotten the clear message. They'll have the chance to come back legally. If they wait until we detain them, until we arrest them, and deport them ourselves, they'll never get the chance to come back to America. So they're telling their individuals, come back to our country and do it right, and then you may have the chance to go back and work in America and provide for your family if you do it the right way.
This is critical for law and order and safety and security. You're all doing a great job. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and this big, beautiful bill is going to provide a lot of needed money.
देखिए आएगा मैं बहुत लाख खर्चा है हमला हुआ है इन पे
and bring it back to his family who are sheltering in one of the displacement sites. We're joined by Mr. Ryan Hassan, an aid seeker from the northern part of the trip, walks almost a daily kilometers to the DHM Center. Mr. Hassan, thank you for your time. The main reason, what's the main motivation to head to the food distribution on a daily basis despite the high risks? Frankly speaking, since the Israeli occupation forces belligerence on Gaza started and the total blockade of Gaza, we have all the population in Gaza have been suffering starvation, absence of basic supplies and medical supplies. We have no other option but to go and get food despite the high risks. We need you to put us in the picture. How is it look like within the food distribution? How do you feel when you see the bullets zooming and jet fighters hovering above your heads? Before establishing these food distribution centers, we have been suffering. We start venturing out at about 12 o'clock midnight, risking our lives. We are expecting to be shot at any point of time. We are surrounded by Israeli jet fighters and quadcopters. Many of them are having machine guns mounted on them. The positions of the Israeli occupation forces are shelling us with artillery and tank shells, in addition to the opening of gunfires. Thousands, more than 250,000, up to 500,000 are flocking to the only center, food distribution center in the Gaza Strip. What is graver in danger are the quadcopter or the Israeli drones that are opening fire indiscriminately on the crowd, despite the fact that none of the civilian population among these crowds are posing any danger. We are headed towards the American food distribution, which we call the death trap. The Israeli quadcopters, drones are opening fire randomly and indiscriminately